Okay. So for 23 binary decimal number system, you got it as 10111, right?
Yeah.
Let us see whether it is a right answer or not, right? So 1, 2. 1 plus 2, how much?
3.
3. 3 plus 4, 7. 8 and 16, yeah. 16 plus, it is 23. And the next number you found 15, right? You said 15.
Yeah.
What is the answer?
11111.
Only 4, right? 4 or 5?
4.
Yeah, you have to get only 4. Okay?
Yeah.
So 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 8, 15. Okay? What is
Yeah.
the other number you tried?
18.
18. So what is this? How much is this?
10010.
10010. Okay, and always when you're checking, right? One more thing you need to remember. Okay, if it is a even digit, okay, even digit when I say including 0, okay, 0 technically it is neither even or nor let us say odd, but we just take it as for our purposes 0 and any even digit at the end it will be always 0. Remember, okay?
Oh, yeah.
If it is any odd here, right? Like 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Always this ends with 1.
Okay.
Okay, so we just need to remember that. Okay,
Yeah.
always we need to remember that particular formula. Just if you want to verify back, right? Okay, we are not going to. You want me to just tell you how we are going to verify back?
Yeah.
But it may be a bigger one for you. Okay, so but I'll just try to tell. Okay, easy. Whatever I feel easy, I'll just try to tell that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Example, if we just take it as, I just take it as 6. Okay. For 6, what is the value we have? It is 110.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
I know that. Okay. I just told that. Okay. How you got that? It is again 6 divided by 2 is 3. Remainder 0. Then 3 divided by 2 is 1. Remainder is 1. Right? When you write it as 1, 1 and 0. This is nothing but 6. Okay, that's how you are going to write. We'll quickly complete this and we go to the actual sessions, okay, about the data types and programs, okay? We just quickly go to that, okay? And we'll try to speed up a little, okay? From this session onwards, we'll try to speed up, okay? We were going a little slow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will try to speed up. Fine. And after that, today itself, I will give you the sessions. Okay, the next programs, I'll give it to you here. You can note it down and you can practice. Fine. So we will be giving that. And one more thing, I will be giving in the Google Drive or in the WhatsApp group also. I will send the programs. Okay, list of programs. We always have some programs to work with, and then let us speed up. Fine. If you want to develop a game or something later, right? We need to go a little bit speed. Okay, we cannot go very slow, but we want you to understand. Okay, that is why we are just trying to go slow at the beginning. Got it? Okay. Clear?
Yes.
So Pranav, are you okay with what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go speed from, okay, after this concept, we'll go, okay? So now, if you see, right, these numbers, okay, like 1, 6, 110 is 6. When I say 6110 is the binary equivalent of decimal 10, decimal 6, right? That's what I'm saying, isn't it? In decimal 6, okay, in the decimal binary 110 is binary equivalent of decimal 6. Now, if I just tell something like this, how to verify whether it is right or wrong? right? Example, if I just say 1010 is binary equivalent of decimal 10. Okay, if I just tell like this, okay, how to check whether it is right or wrong, right? Now, I will show you the first one. You try to do the second one. Okay. Simple method. Okay. Let us just write like this 1, 1, 0. Okay. Clear? We just write like this. Now, this last 0 we multiply, okay, by 1 always. Okay. Now, you know the second table, right? Second table. I believe you, all of you know second table. It is 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 twos are 2, 3s are 6, 2 fours are 8, like that. Remember?
Yes.
Now, this is 0 times 1, okay? And this one, we are just going to multiply by 2. Okay? Formula. Okay? And then this is what it is not like 2 to the 2 times 1, it is 2. And here, what is 2 times 2?
4.
4.
Multiply like this. Okay? Add all this. Okay? 1 times 4 is how much?
4.
Plus 1 times 2 is how much?
2.
1 times 0 is how much?
0.
0. Remember, okay? Any number in mathematics, any number multiplied by 0 is always 0. Okay? In mathematics, any number multiplied by 0 is always 0. What is 2 plus 4 equal to?
6.
This is what we are saying, right? Understood?
Yeah.
I'll tell you one more time. Okay? Now, you have the binary number. Now that you want to convert back into decimal. How you are going to convert? I have the number as 110. Okay? You just separate it out, all this. Okay? Write plus in between, the second step. Okay? Now what you need to do is start from rightmost. Start from rightmost, multiply by 1, first one. Okay? Second one is multiply by 2. And the third one, it is like this. See, first time we are starting with 1, right? What we are doing? 1 times 2 is how much? It's 2, right? Now it's 2 times 1. It is 2 times 1. We are multiplying like this. Second, third time, what we need to do? It is 2 times 2 again here. Okay? It's like 4. Okay? So we get the answer as 6 plus 2 plus 0. Totally. Sorry. 4 plus 2, right? I wrote the wrong answer. 4. 1 times 4 is 4, right? We get the answer as 6. Fine? Now, I will try to write it for 1010. And then we go back and then check whether these numbers are correct or not. Okay? When you have 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus, sorry, 1 plus 0. Okay? Now you try to answer, okay? What should we multiply the last digit with? Rightmost digit. 1. Now this one, with which number you need to multiply? It's 2. This number, which number we need to multiply?
4.
4. This number?
8.
8. Just remember one thing. Okay, one more, easy. You start with 1, Second time, 2 times. Okay, whatever the number you have here, right? That one you multiply by 2. And next, when you come to next digit, multiply this by 2. Again here, multiply this by 2. Okay, like this you need to do. It is in mathematic terminology, right? It is like, is actually called 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3. Like this it is called, okay? So always any number to the power 0 is 1 in mathematics again. Okay, now, but when you are going to multiply now, we need to start from here. 1 times 8 is how much?
8.
Plus 0 times 4 is how much?
0,
1 times 2 is how much?
2,
0 times 1 is how much?
0,
What is the answer total?
10.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this we need to remember. I just decrease a little bit here. Now, can you quickly, let us just quickly verify this 15 and then you can check the remaining 2. Okay, or I'll pick up 18 and you can check the remaining 2 quickly. Okay, 18. For 18, okay, when you want to multiply, right? What is the answer we got for 18 here?
1, 0, 0, 1, 0.
Okay, now let us quickly check this. We're not going to get that as 18. Now we don't know what number is now. Okay, what is the binary equivalent of this one? Okay, quickly 1 plus, you need to tell, okay? Now, what should we multiply the rightmost digit with?
1,
This one,
2.
2,
this one,
4,
4.
this one.
8, 10.
Okay,
No, wait, no, 16.
yeah, both of you got how you are getting 16, right?
Yeah.
Last one, this one you need to multiply by 2. This one you need to multiply by 2. Like this you need to write, okay? Remember that. Now, 1 times 60 is how much?
16,
Okay. Okay, and then 0 times 8,
0,
0 times 4,
0,
next,
2, 0.
the total.
18.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
Now, you guys, okay, try to find out these two, okay? Okay. You can try it and then text in the, you can send it in the chat, okay? You want to take it now, you can take it, or it is afterwards also, you can take it, okay? We will go with the next topic,
1.
okay? You
Okay.
try to do it. You can take a pen and paper and then write it as it may scroll up, okay? So just make sure you just send it, okay? You can send it in a group or you can send it in mail, whatever, okay? It works. Now, we were talking about today's topic, right? As we just want to get that clarity of, okay, we need to know both sides, okay? You can just tell any number and you should be able to verify whether you got the right answer or not, right? That you need to understand, okay? Now, we will talk about the new concept, one more concept called as data types, okay? What is this data types we have, okay? We will be talking about these things. There are multiple things which we need to talk about, okay? So we will talk about the data types today. You know what You know what is mean by data?
Like storage of information.
Yeah. Okay. It is storage of information. Usually we take it as data. Actually, in the computer terminology, right? We use the words as data and information. There are two things which we call. Okay. Data, it is something like a raw. Okay. Raw means it is unprocessed, in other words. Okay. It is something called as unprocessed, whereas information, you can call it as processed. Okay. It may be a bigger word for you at this point, but data means it is like we don't know what to do with that. Okay. It is kind of that is called as a data, whereas information, it is like the processed. Okay. Example, if I just say, okay, so where going are you, right? Example, if I just say like this, right? Where going are you? Okay. These four words, by looking at these four words, does it make any sense for us?
Kind of, but not really.
Right? That really doesn't make any sense, right? If you just see these four words as a separate words, right? Where going are you? Okay, so it doesn't make any sense for us. Now, instead, if I just write it like this, right? In our language, right? Where are you going? If I just write like this. Okay, what is the mean? What is this? Does it make any sense or not?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first time, these are the four words you have. Okay. Second time
Okay.
also we are using the same four words. But we are using these words in a particular order, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just not to confuse you a lot. Okay. I'm just trying to give a simple concept here. This one you can call it as data, and this one you can call it as information here. Okay. Like, well, that is what I mean to say processed and unprocessed. Okay. When you have something which has meaning but not which doesn't make any sense, that is the data we have. Whereas when you put that in a particular format, okay, to process, okay, to use it, that is what we call it as the information. Okay. There are so many definitions, so many things, but I'm just trying to get to the point, okay, where you can get that easily. Okay, that is what I mean to say here. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. What's happening?
Yeah. No, I'm just telling. Okay, I'm just looking at this answer also in the meantime. That's good. Okay, the response that is sent. Now, so this is called as the information. Now, we want to, at the end, right? And when we're writing the program, what is the whole purpose of the program we are writing in the computers? It is to use it in a proper way, right? To get something out of it. Okay. So what we are going to do is now we will try to understand the data types, means which kind of information, which kind of data we are going to store, okay, which type of values we are going to store. That one we try to understand here. Okay. Data types means, okay, what kind of information we are going to store, what kind of values. Okay, instead of, I don't want to use the word information here, what kind of values we are going to maintain. Okay, like this. So what is mean by this? What exactly we are talking here? Okay. Let us say you want to say, okay, first one, what we are trying to do here. Okay. What is the biggest? Okay. Biggest of two numbers. I have it. Okay. So when you have this particular question, okay, when you are trying to write a program for this, okay, what is biggest of two numbers? Okay. So when you're going to write this, how we are going to get, what we are saying here is we are already saying we are going to have two numbers. Okay. So what are those two numbers? So we have to get two numbers and maintain that in place, right? In a variable, we need to maintain, isn't it? In a variable, we need to maintain these two numbers. Likewise, if I say, what is your name? Okay. Example. Now, in this case, what we are going to store, this also we want to store it in a variable. And always when you say the variable, right, most of the time, okay, why when we are certain that we are going to use a particular word, that you can just say particular value, that you can take it as a constant, which doesn't change. When you are not certain about what we are going to use, at that time we are going to use a variable, means which we can just store as a temporary place. Okay, temporary place where you can get the value. Like we saw two numbers, right? The program, we can type any number and it can give the result. Instead, if you just say if 5 greater than 7, so the 5 and 7 doesn't change, always the same value you will be getting. Okay, like that we are going to use. Like here, what is your name? Okay. Similarly, let us say, okay, is it true or not? Okay, is it true or not? Example. Okay. Likewise, okay, when you are going to use this, okay, and some more, okay, again we are going to use a variable for this purpose. And likewise, okay, I want to get a set of numbers, okay, like set of numbers I want to store. Okay, like again we are going to use a variable set of numbers. When I say, right, okay, you are writing a program for the students to enter their grade. Okay, grades can be only for the school. When you are writing, grades can be only up to kindergarten up to 12th, right? 10 or 12. Okay, it depends on which school you have, in which part of the world we are. Okay, so it is 10 or 12. In our areas right now 12, so we keep it as 12. Let us say set of numbers. So we are going to store set of all, like these values. We are going to say which grade the kid is in. So KG to 12. Okay, KG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Those 13 values are fixed. Okay, like if let us say you are going to have one more, the province you are in. Okay, so in that case, you know the set of numbers, right? Set of provinces you have. Okay, like I'm not exactly sure, but I think in Canada you have some provinces, right? Okay, in US you have states. Example. Okay, so you have the states. So which state you are? Okay, like 50 states plus DC. Okay, so those kind of things, when you are going to have, that is called the set. Okay, like this you have multiple data types. Okay, in the multiple types which you are going to store. Okay, now we are trying to understand, we are going to read about what are the data types you can have. In case of this, it is the numbers, right? In numbers, we are having two types. Okay, we call it as an integer and float. There is something called as complex. We will go through that later. Okay, so integer numbers are there, float numbers are there. I believe we discussed these two earlier, right? Integer numbers and float numbers. Like this, if you want to get a name and store it there, right? So what type you're going to store? There is something called as str. That is a variable we are going to use. Sorry, data type we are going to use. Similarly, is it true or not? Okay, in this case, what are the possible values you have? Okay, it is true or false. Do you have any third value?
No.
You are going to have only true or false. Okay. Let us say, okay, is it a holiday today or not? What are the possible options you have? True or false? Right? You
Yeah.
cannot have a midway, right? So even is 2 hour delay, 1 hour delay. Okay. So something like that, still it is true or so like true or it is false. So like that we have. So it is called as bool. Bool means actually it is called boolean. Okay. And the next biggest one is this like set. Okay. You have called it as a set. It's a data type itself is set. Okay. These are not actually variables, but I just said to store these values. Okay. So these are the data types we are going to have. There are multiple other things. Okay. For now, we will just keep it for these things. Okay.
Yep.
Like you have sequence example. Okay. One more also you have sequence types you have. What is mean by sequence? Let us say I want to get it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, right? So that is something called as a sequence, which you can call it as, we call with different names, list, tuple, and range. Okay. Do you guys remember this name? Range? Did
Yeah.
did we use this word range in one of the program?
I don't think so.
Any luck? Do you remember? Did you see the program multiplication table one? Do you remember the program which we saw for multiplication table?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay, anyway. So you use this word range, okay? Range 1, 11, right? If we for loop we used, and also saying range 1, 11. Remember that. Okay? We'll go through that, okay? Okay. But this is how we are going to use the sequence. Like, okay? So and the next one which you will be having, okay? I just giving the example as they are there, okay? But we need not worry much about these things right now, okay? There is something called as a binary we have, okay? Bytes, okay? Remember? Bytes, okay? So this is where we are going to use bytes. There is something called as byte array we are going to use, okay? Like this we will be using, okay? Now, because we got this word bytes, I just will tell you quickly. We are using the words as 0 and 1, right? We are using the digits 0 and 1 as part of the binary number system. Remember?
Yeah.
These are called as bits. Okay? 0 and 1 are called as bit. Okay? Binary digits. Nothing but. Okay? These are binary digits. 0 and 1. Okay? And now in this binary, when you are going to have in this context, right? We use the words kind of byte. Okay. Before going to the word byte, okay. Did you ever saw in your you have a flash drive? Did you ever see that flash drive?
Yeah.
Do you know there is a capacity for this flash drive? Okay.
Yeah.
something called as 32 gig, right? 32 GB or something like that will be there on the flash drive. Did you ever see that? You can check that, okay?
Yeah.
Even in the computer also, it has some capacity, okay? Means it can store some information, okay? This is the capacity of that, okay? Like that we are going to have, okay? Like 32 gig usually you have, okay? Nowadays you are getting 1 TB also, which is terabyte, okay? Like that we are going to use. So now what is meaning of this 32 gigabyte, okay? For these words, we will be using the words like, as I said, bit, byte, okay? And then comes kilobyte. And then comes megabyte. Then comes gigabyte. Then comes terabyte. Okay? Like this we are going to use. Bit means it is, how many have? 2 digits. Okay? 2, 0 and 1 is called as a bit. Byte. It is 8 bits is called 1 byte. 8 bits together when you write, okay? Like, when I say this, right? Example, if you have this 15, okay? How it is represented in the or 18, even if you just take, right? 18. How it is actually stored in the computer here? Okay, if you take this 18, right? How it is stored? It has to be represented as 8 bits. Okay, but in this case, how many bits you have?
5.
Now, how many is became?
8.
Right? So, like this, it is going to get store the values. Okay, now we have some 16 bits and all this. That is different. Okay, so we'll keep it to this one. Okay, so this is like this. It's going to have the byte. When you say kilobyte, right? It is 1024 bytes is called kilobyte. Okay, when you are going to have 1024 letters, in other words, simple word, remember this. This is 1 byte means 1 letter. Okay, 1 letter or digit, 1 symbol. Kilobyte, when you say, you can have 1024. Okay, like this, megabyte means it is 1024 kilobytes. Like we are multiplying with 1 times 2 times 4, like this, right? Into 2 every time, 1024 kilobytes. Why we call it as kilo here? Usually in our decimal terminology, right? 1000 means kilo, right?
Yeah.
Like this, we are going to use it as 1024 here. Okay, because if you, pardon? Yeah. You are having any question?
No.
Okay, like see, when you see 1024, how we are getting? 2, 4, right? 8. If you just try to do like this, 16 up to 2000, to the power 10, you get that 32, and then it is going to be 64, and then it is going to be 128, 256, 512, and then 1024. Okay, it is to the power 0. See, 2 times 1, okay, 2 2s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so did we miss anything? 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 156. Yeah, so like this, you get the kilobyte. Okay, similarly, megabyte means again it just goes like this. Okay, and then gigabyte, it is 24 megabytes. I think it is megabyte. Okay, I'll double check. Okay, whether I forgot something in between. Okay, and like this, yeah, megabyte, kilobyte, megabyte, yeah, terabyte is 1024 gigabytes. Okay, like this, we are going to have the different numbers, like storage capacity, in other words. Okay, it is something like the storage capacity. Okay, example, if I just show it, right, it says 1 KB. Okay, this particular program is the storage for this particular program. Okay, how much space it takes? It takes 1 kilobyte. Okay, means 1 kilobyte means how many bytes it is going to have? It is having 1024 letters in that. Okay, like this we are going to have. Now with the capacity in the computers, right, you need not worry much, but this was a big deal earlier. Okay, you can just have an idea. Okay, so this is something like a binary we are going to use. Bytes and byte arrays we're going to use here. Okay, now let us go back to this integer float. Okay, so integer means what exactly we are going to store in the integer? Numbers without decimal point. Remember, okay? Positive, negative, including 0. Numbers without decimal point, we are going to write it as the integers. Okay? Examples. When you use examples, right? Example, I write -5, okay? Or 8, or 29, okay? Something like, okay, 70, 37. These are called as integers. Whereas float means numbers with decimal point. Simple, remember, okay? Numbers with a decimal point, it is called a float. Okay, example, if you just take it, okay, 9.8, okay, 6.48 or 5.9, something like this. Okay, we call it as a float. Clear with this? Clear?
Yeah.
And these types we use it. Okay, we are certain that we can get it as a integer or float. In that time we use it. What is the guarantee that you always know this, right? Whether to use integer or float, we don't know what type of answer you'll get. If you remember, when we are trying to use this int and if you try to use a float, we are getting an error. Okay, now integer we declared, but we typed it as a float, so we got an error, right? So in this case, we have something called as complex, which is a mixed, okay, mix of int and float. You can use any type. Okay, so this is how we are going to use the number data types. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now this is a name. Okay, next, when you want to store a name, in that case, okay, so in that particular scenario, we are going to have it as a str type. Okay, something like I want to save the name as, okay, Pranav. You have always has to use a single quote. Example, Pranav, okay, or I want to use Shloka here as the name, okay, or Hitesh, example, okay. So when you want to use this, right, so in that case, we need to have it as a str type, okay. And once it is done, right, we will write one program to use all these types, okay. We'll try to use the first two, okay, and then we'll try to use the Boolean also. Here, what are the values you can have here? You can have true or false. Only these two types can be there. Okay. It is a set. Okay. When you want to have a number, right? Like example, okay, I just want to have 2, 6, okay, 7, something like this. Okay. So this is kind of the set. Okay. It is set, need not be set of numbers. Okay. For example, I just wrote it. It is a set. You can have any type which you can have in this. Okay, like this. This is a set. Sequence, it is a range. Okay. List is again, it is a list which we are going to have a standard set. From there, we are going to pull it. Okay. So it is like you have a sequence. Okay. Set can be any type of values here, whereas list means it is you want to have all the even numbers. Okay. All the odd numbers or see number of even numbers, number of odd numbers, that kind of stuff thing. We are going to use the list. Range means it is like a range. Example 1 to 11. Okay. Or 1 to 10 kind of. This is called a range we are going to use. Similarly, for binary, we are going to have the bytes as a type. Okay. So this is how we are going to use these things. Okay. Clear? Or you think, okay, so we need to discuss one more time, or we can directly try with the program.
I think we can try with the program.
Yeah, we can try with the program. Okay. So that will be easy. And one more thing, when you are declaring this, right? So even without writing this also, by looking at the by looking at what you are going to store in that variable, the thing system can take it as a type. Okay. Now I am starting the program. Okay. We will write a simple program for this. You know how to start, right? The program.
Yeah.
What you need to do?
Open IDLE and do new file.
Okay. Yeah, good. File, new. Okay. Here it is. I have it. File, new file. Okay. It is always going to the other screen. That's fine. I have it here. Okay. Yeah. We'll write two programs, and then we'll try to, we'll just take couple of examples, and then we'll go with the other program. Okay. And then I will be sending all this today. Okay. I'm saving this program first. I saved the program as data types even before typing anything. So I can just directly press save. Okay. Now, the simple example when you see, okay, I just write it as instead of write, okay. So I just put it as integer number equal to, I'm writing it as 1. I'm just using the variable name itself as integer number, so I can easily remember, okay. 2.8, or instead of 1, I just use it as 6, okay. Somewhere 8.4, 8.2 I use, okay. Save. When I want to run, oh, sorry, what is that we are going to do? After doing this, right? Print. File, run. Okay, whatever. No, it is something mistake, right? Integer is 6, float is 8.2, right? You got this? It's too fast. Okay. So what we did first, we declared two. What is this int num and float num? These are called as variables. Okay. So we declared this as variable and I just printed these values. Okay. I just printed as initially I tried with plus, right? Plus is only for strings. Okay. So that is why it got the error. So we got this number. Now we just stored it. Okay. We just printed like this, right? Integer number and float number. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit time to understand. Okay. Don't worry much. Okay. As we start writing the programs, right? We can know this. Okay. Don't worry much. Okay. About this. I'm trying to get an easy example for you to understand this, to how to declare it as a number type. Okay. So okay. So this is kind of which we are going to use the number types. Okay. Remember, okay, you need not specially declare that, but it automatically goes with its type. Okay. Let us try to see, okay, something like this. Let us see if it works. Okay. is also not going to work. Okay, so you cannot directly special like this. Okay, for this purpose, we need to use something called as a casting. Okay, that will be, I'll tell you. Okay, in the next session, I'll explain you about the casting mechanism. Okay, there is something called as a casting. Example, if you want to type only integer number, right? So how we are going to use that? So the example which we are going to use is like this. Okay, we want to get a number, and into this, let us say number 1, I want to get only the integer value. So for that, what we are going to use, we can type it as input. Okay, enter value. Okay, and then we can just say print number 1. Okay, it just gave here 8. I give, it prints 8. Okay, likewise, when I just use 9.5, 9.2, it prints 9.2. See, in the same number, we can have any type, right? That is the same value. We can use any of this. You can type it as integer number. You can type any value. Okay, let us just try a couple of things. Here, enter value. Okay, example, I am just giving it as Pranav. It prints Pranav. Okay, like whatever you use, it is going to print the same value here. But when you are typing it, okay, I want to get that value as, okay, it prints the value. Now, when we are typing this value, right? So I want to take only the numbers, only the names here. Okay, enter instead of value, I just have it as name. Okay, in this, I want to put that as, I want to enter only a number, only the value here. Okay, or only the name here. So we need to put it as str. Okay, so when we are putting like this, when we are typing like this, the meaning is that when you are enter the name, okay, take only the string type. Okay, I put it as integer, so actually that will be easy. Enter age. Okay, see, I want to type only the integer number. Okay, and if I just put it as 9.5, it gives the error here. Okay, so you have to enter only the integer value. That is the meaning of this. This is called something like the casting we are going to use. Okay, we just need to remember. Okay, don't even need to remember the word casting, but when we want to give a particular type of data, you just give that particular value here. Okay, int or float or str. Okay, I purposely did not use str here because when you say 10, right, 10 is also, that can also be a number, string also. Okay, so 10 can be string, or our names can be string. Okay, in the computer terminology, it can even take that as a string there. Okay, now enter age. When you just try to use here, let us say I just enter 8, it takes the value 8 there. Okay, like this, we are going to use the types. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
I think okay, probably we need to discuss one more time about these types, but I will be sending a couple of programs now. Okay, in the chat group, I will be sending a couple of programs after this meeting. Okay, and you try to practice them. For the practice, I'll give it, as well as in the for the exercise, I'll give it, as well as in the practice also, I'll give using these things. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can discuss more. Okay, and Wednesday or Thursday, and then you can you can understand more. Okay, we will be going for a bigger program soon. Have a good day. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Chalo, bye. Good night.
Good night.
Night.